Hi everyone, welcome back to another week with Justin Garner. This week we're looking at macro photography and we're inside my garden once again. We're going to be focusing on the cornflower which are just behind me. These are flowers I've grown from seed, and this has been another project that I've been doing in the lockdown, is growing plants, but also growing plants that I could maybe photograph. So everything with me normally has a view to photographing them, so yeah, that was my idea. Garden looks nice, also I've got something to photograph as well, so win-win for me. So the way that we're going to be doing the shots today is we're going to be using a macro lens, which is going to be 100mm macro, and I'm going to be using my Canon 5D Mark III. So this isn't the latest camera or anything, it's just the camera that I use, which is perfectly good for this. So this is extra pieces of equipment that I'm going to be using on the picture. So we're going to be using a reflector to bounce the light back on the flower, a Wimberlely Plamp, that's so that I can hold the reflector in place exactly where I want it, a pair of secateurs so I can cut some of the foliage away, neaten the picture up, and then the last thing that you'll see is my rail, and I use this for focus stacking, and this is something that I will cover in another video. Try to just keep this image nice and simple and easy to do in one shot. Okay, so this is the scene we have. This is the cornflower that I'm going to be choosing to photograph. So a few little things that I just want to say. Generally when I do my macro photography, I look for a still day, which is quite still today, and I also look for an overcast day as well when I'm photographing flowers. And the reason for this is I want really flat light. I don't want any shadows off the sun or anything like that. And that's what I look for. The other things that I've chosen in this shot is to work out where I'm going to be photographing from. So I'm going to be photographing in this direction. The reason for that is I like the colour, this sandy colour of my fence behind, and that's really important. So I want this cornflower to really jump out, so that colour's contrasted to the blue and the green as well. When you're doing macro photography as well, if you're photographing this, all you're going to do is get the depth of field on the flower, and then behind the flower it's going to dissolve into just a colour basically, and that's kind of the beauty of doing macro photography. You can make things really jump out and then the background really be blurred, almost like a coloured wall basically, so you won't see any detail on them fence panels like you can in this part of the video. Okay, so I'm just showing you how I clean up my image and maybe improve the image. So the first thing I want to do is remove the bit of foliage that's crossing over. So I'm just going to do this with a pair of scissors, and I just cut that away like that. So I've removed that, and then the next thing that I want to do is I was going to use a reflector just to bounce light back. Now you'll see this straight away. So if you look underneath the flower, you can see straight away that's no reflector, that's reflector. So I'm going to hold that in place there and get my shot. Okay, so here's the setup. So you can see that the reflectors on this arm connected to the tripod, and that's really important to bounce the light back. And then you can just see the orientation I've gone for on the back of the camera, and if I come back out you can see how that's connected to the tripod. So I hope that was helpful for you, showing some insight into how I do my macro photography with a view to photographing flowers and plants. So we've looked at how I do my setups and also the equipment that I used, and I will list all the equipment in the description of the video. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Look forward to it. Take care. Bye.